Welcome back. Just hanging out here in my garage again. Hey, one of the things, we are in March, going in here in the second week of March here, and we're starting to get some pretty nice weather here in southeast Pennsylvania. So one of the things I want to talk about here, and I know there's some other videos on more details on different types of riding that you can do to improve your skills. I was able to, some of you know Jerry Palladino, Ride Like a Pro, Motorman, and he's in the Florida area. I've been watching his videos for years, and I really wanted to, and I kept telling my wife, this is one of the things I would really like to do. I'd like to train with him in person. You know, number one, get to meet him, and also train with him and do his course. And so we had some friends invited us to Florida here a couple weeks ago, and we were like, well, let's head to Florida. My wife, she said she's flying. I said, I'm going to ride, and I'm going to see if I can get on the schedule at one of Jerry's courses, Motorman, Ride Like a Pro. And so I was able to. So I took the Pan Am and rode to Florida, did his course. And I have some videos. Some of this is off of his camera that I bought. I mean, I paid him for it. And some of it was taken with the 360 X3 that I have, that I mount here on the handlebars. So I'll kind of mix things together here a little bit. But one of the main things I want to talk to you about, though, with this, get out and improve your riding skills. I see it so many times, and every year, you know, it seems the beginning of the season, there's some accidents that wouldn't need to happen. Because guys just, now I know we can't do anything about cars that are distracted, you know, pulling out in front of us, all that kind of stuff. You can't do anything about that. But we, as riders, have a responsibility to do our part to become better riders. And that's up to us. And the way we do that is through taking different rider courses. And I do a couple of them every year because I want someone else watching me and coaching me. Been riding for quite a few years here, but I like to have somebody else watch and coach me. I also like to set up a camera sometimes, you know, and I'll go to a parking lot and just cruise around so that I can watch and kind of be my own best critic, you know, say, hey, whoa, that's what I did. I need to change that. But it was great to be able to get out on the course with Motorman. And there's some other guys. There's other videos that I love watching too. Quinn Rediker, I love watching his stuff. If you're not subscribed to these channels, if you love motorcycles, you want to learn how to ride, become a better rider, I highly recommend going and checking out these videos and subscribing to these YouTube channels. Quinn Rediker, he's one of my favorite. Ride Like a Pro, Jerry Palladino, Motorman, like I said. And that's the course that you're going to be seeing later on this video. Be the boss of your motorcycle. It's another one. And I haven't met him yet. Would love to do his course sometime too. And, you know, there's so many courses out there you can take. One of the things that for myself that I've learned, and I've talked to quite a few people that feel the same way. It's easy to ride a motorcycle, you know, in a straight line, obviously. And the faster you go, you know, the bike wants to stay up. And it's also easier to ride a motorcycle, even into the sweeping turns and stuff at higher speeds. But probably the toughest, the most difficult speeds to ride a motorcycle at is between that 1 and 10 mile per hour slot. So that's your slow speed stuff that you practice in parking lots and stuff. And one of the things and I'd heard this before, but Jerry made it very clear again to the class here this past, when I took this class the other week. He said, if you want to drop your motorcycle, here in the parking lot is where to do it. If you're going to drop it, push yourself to the point where now I didn't drop it, but I did hit a couple of cones a few times and came close to dropping it a few times. but I was able to keep the bike upright. But his point was, when in saying that, his point was simply, listen, here's a safe environment. You know, you're not out there on the highway or out there on the roadway with a bunch of other cars. You're not going to get hit by a car here in the parking lot. You know, you might, I was wearing a full face, well, actually a 3/4, sorry. It was the LS2, which I had the chin bar up, but falling in a parking lot, dropping a motorcycle in a parking lot is very different than dropping it out there on the roadway where there's cars and other people involved. So get out and practice in a safe environment. That's the whole point here. Get out and practice in a safe environment. I do it on a regular basis. If you're in the southeast part of Pennsylvania, I get out with a number of my friends sometimes. I was just talking to a guy yesterday, you know, he wants to get out and do some practicing. So we're going to get out here one of these evenings or on a weekend, really doesn't matter. Whatever, we're going to try to work it into our schedules. And we're going to get out and just do some parking lot exercises, some slow speed exercises, learning to get accustomed to that friction zone, a little bit of rear brake pressure on the rear brake, and using your head and eyes, turning your head and eyes. This kind of stuff, the basics to riding, but it's amazing at how many people don't really understand that, and yet they're on motorcycles out there riding. So get out and do some courses. Ease into this. Don't, especially if you're in the real colder temperatures or a lot of snow or something, and you didn't ride your motorcycle for a couple of months, don't just get on your bike and take off like you were been out there on the bike for a couple of months. For starters, you have to consider the blacktop, the roadways are colder, so they're not as sticky. The tires aren't going to stick to it as quickly. So just keep this stuff in mind, along with maintenance of your motorcycle. Make sure your bike is ready to go. Good tires, do your oil changes, your brake pads, maybe it's time to change your brake fluid, that kind of stuff. Keep up with this kind of stuff. So enjoy this video, and like I said, it's a mixture of Jerry's, a Motorman's camera, and mine. So, but we had a lot of fun. That was one of the things that I really enjoyed about Jerry and about Motorman. He kept it lighthearted, and yet he was very stern with what we were doing. He was a coach, and a good coach is there to be a little more than just your friend. He'll make it fun, but they're there to coach you and to help you become a better rider. And the only way you're going to become a better rider is to be open to some critique. It's funny because he calls it, you have doofus moments. And I had a couple of doofus moments on his course. I certainly did. I did not complete it, and I wasn't perfect. That's for sure. Another thing he did that was fun, that I didn't know he does this, but learned this when I was there. He has the students do a little race at the end through the one exercise, through the intersection exercise, and then whoever wins gets a trophy. So, another thing I want to mention with this is it's interesting that he's in Florida. I'm in Pennsylvania. There were 4 of us that were taking the course this time. 2 of them were a couple, husband and wife, from Canada. One of the guys was from New York, and I was from Pennsylvania. So it's not like you have to be local in Florida to do this. I mean, none of us were very local. I was the closest one, and I was about 1,000 miles away. The guy from New York was from Long Island, so he had a farther drive than I did. Him and his wife were down for Daytona Bike Week, and so he decided to go over and do his course. And then the couple from Canada, they were actually on. They said they were on a business trip, and they rented motorcycles and wanted to go do the course. So you don't have to be in that area. If you get down that way, make the trip and get over there and see Jerry. So enjoy the rest of the video. Like and subscribe to my channel if you don't mind, man. I just love getting out and riding, and I love watching other videos, watching different people's takes on how they ride, what they do, the types of bikes they ride. I'm constantly watching. I'm kind of a YouTube junkie when it comes to motorcycle videos. So, but that's why I started the channel, just because to give people an idea of how I do it. That's it. So hanging out in my garage, just having a conversation. That's the way I look at it.
How you doing? I'm early, I know.
Oh no, you're good, you're good. We were just remarking stuff.
Yep.
If you want, pull up off the side of Joey's truck. There's a white line just like this.
Okay.
Just pull over and line up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Jerry, I'll see you.
For these exercises, you do need to use a friction zone, and it's very important your head and eyes, where you're looking, the bike's going to follow. And you can drag the rear brake a little bit. If you would get to the point where you can do these exercises without dragging the rear brake and just using the friction zone and throttle, that's the next step.
This is the big cone.
This is the beauty of doing videos like this, and watching yourself in different angles and everything else. I see some things that I can definitely improve on. There's no doubt about that. Some of the body position and quicker transitions, that type of stuff. So it's all stuff that I need to work on.
That's fun. Good? I'm gonna have two bikes go through at one time. You just keep doing what you're doing. He's the one that's got to watch you, okay? We're gonna do two bikes at once. You got to stay close. If you don't stay close, you're gonna be crossing each other.
Okay.
So you just look at him.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Stay this far apart. All right, go. This one?
Yeah.
No.
I was like, holy crap. They disrupted it though a little bit.
Have you scraped pegs on yours?
Never.
Next time, Steve, you get behind the guy with the gray Harley on your bike.
Okay.
And if he goes too slow, beep, beep. Stay on him, Steve.
I'll be calm. I'll back up a little bit.
A few times Jerry got on the bike and just had us follow him around for a couple of different exercises. That was a lot of fun. This is a counter steering exercise, so the speed was a little bit faster. We were at 20 miles per hour for this exercise.
This is a braking exercise from 20 miles per hour. So you're gonna, just like before, you're gonna go all the way down so you got time to say, I'm going 20 miles an hour. When you think your front tire has crossed this point, you'll apply front and rear brakes. Theoretically, come to a nice easy stop right over here. Everybody's got ABS. That's why I wanted you to use the Heritage, because that's got ABS. And doesn't matter, you need to be able to stop your bike, right? So you should do this exercise. One bike at a time. I'm gonna be standing here because it looks a little different from all the way down it. So I'm gonna be standing here so you know this is the braking point, so you don't start applying the brakes in Jacksonville. Wait till you get right here.
Got it.
Jacksonville, that was a joke. Because it's way...
It's a couple hours away, huh?
All right. Okay.
He's probably doing 25.
All right, this is for all the marbles. A little bit hot. On your mark. Get set. Go. Whoa!
There goes my coat.
26.49. One error.
Let me get that coat.
Did your dream just come true?
I think so.
You were like
But
this.
I still got to do it right.
You were giving them the horns. On your mark, get set, go. Add one because you overshot it. 25, 49, 45.
45. Here, let me give you this back. Oh, there.
All right, we got Tony, 26.49. David, 32.2. And Wayne, 25.45.
Thank you.
What's your last name, Wayne?
King, K-I-N-G.
That's easy.
Yeah.
This is your certificate of completion. Practice guide shows you how to set up the exercises. Reflective sticker for your helmet. Iron-on patch. My card, of course.
Excellent.
And on the last page, if you send that to your insurance company, make a copy of this one, they usually give you like 5% off.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You did very good.
Thank you.
It shows that you practiced and you, I mean, I got nothing to say to you. It was perfect. I couldn't
I
ask
had
for
a couple
better.
doofus moments.
Well, but if you're not used to the follow the leader and staying close, you wouldn't
Yeah.
even know that to look at that guy, not the next one ahead.
Yeah, yeah.